Everybody loves dads, stories, and the Marine Corps. What could be better than Marine Corps dads who tell stories? Here's another story with veteran storyteller John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad.
Tonight, we're going to tell the story of the Swan Princess who Swasn't. Once upon a time, there was a group of swans, and there was a legend in the kingdom that if you used magic to turn a swan into a person, it would be a beautiful princess. And the kings who married beautiful swan princesses would have the loveliest, kindest, and wisest wives. And so this one prince says, "Hey, I'll try it." So he went to a pond, just any old pond, and started looking around for swans. But this prince, and we're going to name him Richie, Prince Richie didn't really pay attention in school. He didn't watch any documentaries, didn't read any books, spent all his time looking out the window. Or he would play sports outside. And that's not a problem, but it's all he would do. And he wouldn't read any books, and he wouldn't look at any pictures. And he was like, I hate school. So when it came time for the prince to go turn the swan into a princess, he went to the pond and picked what he thought was a swan. And so the prince raised his hand and he said the magic words, "Kaboodla booga booga." And the magic went down onto the bird, and the bird said, "Huh?" And the prince said, "Huh?" But it was too late. The magic was working. And so the bird stood up, and it wasn't a bird anymore. It was a beautiful princess with a beautiful dress and long flowing hair. And Richie said, "Yay! Beautiful princess!" And the beautiful princess said, "Honk!" And the prince said, what? This wasn't in the story. And so he took the princess by the hand, and she tried to bite him. Ow! Stop that! Ow! Quit it! Stop! I'm the prince, and I command it! Ow! And she chased him, and he had to run all the way back to the castle. Ah! And the guards at the castle were looking outside, and all they saw was Prince Richie. Ah! Because behind him was running this princess. Ah! And she was trying to bite him. Honk! And the guards were like, what do we do? I think we should call somebody. And so the guards called somebody. And the king came out. And he's like, what's going on? Why? Why can you never do one thing right? Why? And the queen comes out, and she's looking at this girl. Now, the guards finally got their hands on the girl, and they try to treat her like a princess, but she ain't acting like a princess, because she keeps trying to bite them. And they're like, ah! And they're wearing armor, so the guy next to her is like, ping, 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 ping. And she keeps biting, ping, 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 ping. And can't get through the armor, but she won't stop. It's like, come on, man. And the queen is looking at the princess, and the queen looked at the prince. And her eyes narrowed. Describe to me the bird that you cast the Kidaboogie Boogie music on. And Richie said, oh, it was white, and it had a long neck, and was it pure white, and did it have little black things around its eyes? I didn't see any black things. child, thou hast not found thyself a swan. Thou hast cast the most important magic of thy life upon a goose. And there is naught but endless bitterness and spite from goose kind for humanity. And they looked at the princess, and she's trying to bite the guard. Ping, ping, ping. And she kept saying, "Hug." And Richie was like, "Oh." And the mom said, if you had done your schoolwork when you were told, you would know the difference betwixt a swan and a goose. Nobody wants to marry a goose, princess. That's the sum totality of evil. And so they took the goose princess and they locked her in the dungeon because she kept trying to bite everybody. And they put her in the dungeon. And they chained her to the wall. Click, click. And the shackles kept slipping off because she had super skinny wrists. And so what they had to do was they had to chuck her inside and then close the door real fast. But it was one of those doors that closed slow at the end, so it was like, shh. And they were like, don't bite me, don't bite. Ow, got my finger. Why? And to this day, the goose princess remains in the dungeon, forever seeking to snap and to bite at the fingers of all who pass her by. And so you may be asking, what happened to Richie? He died alone. No girl wanted a guy that couldn't tell a goose from a swan. So the moral of the story is, do your schoolwork. Or one day, instead of marrying a swan, you will have a goose.
And it will bite your fingers.
I know. Nobody wants that.
That was another story with John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad. Check the show notes for links to his Patreon and website at creativegrumbles.com.